Yeah, I'm really curious what's going to bite here now. I'm testing again at Elk Lake with Baitfish, and this one right here, this is now the first really big fish. And over there, it's already beeping again. But this one here, he's still running. I'm really curious what's coming in here, what that could be. We'll take a nice look in a moment, piece by piece, which fish bit on which baitfish, and of course, where I am here, how the setup looks, and so on. So basically, everything that's necessary. I bought some baitfish for gold, baitfish that you can actually use here at Elk Lake. Those are three kinds, three new ones that are only available here, or rather, that you should only use here on this lake. Other baitfish shouldn't even work here. At least that's what was said at the start of RF4 for this water. So those are basically, well, I'd say kind of the baitfish made for the USA. That's the bluegill, the Redear Sunfish, and then the third one, the American Shad. Those are the three baitfish species. Look here, the three baitfish species that I'm using right now. And I've got, a whole bunch of these baitfish now. I'm just testing them here again. And let's see what happens. I've done this before. I've already gotten all three kinds of baitfish once before. Not quite as many this time or last time. And man, he's still pulling really hard. I'm super curious what this is here. I'm fishing with a 27 kilogram setup. This is gonna be good. I hope he stays on. I'm curious. Where did I stop? Right, I've done this before, and I have to say I was kind of moderately impressed. I mean, the fish I've mainly caught so far, they're okay, but nothing special. It's not like you catch particularly big fish, or very clearly only specific species, or rather rare ones. Not really. Still, you have to say, when you've got a chance at something like this, that's maybe not so bad, right? Depending on what it turns out to be. I'm really curious whether this whole thing might have been worth it after all. I've already gone through 35 baitfish now of different kinds. If you want to farm them the normal way, I think that's not so easy either. I mean, you do catch now and then, especially American shad in those baitfish sizes. In the last video, where it was about leveling the float fishing skill, right there in front, basically in the base, that little pier, the shads bite there really well on earthworms. So you can farm baitfish there pretty well. Of course, with small hooks going for mass, that works quite nicely. But even so, it takes time, of course, and you have to consider whether it's really worth it in the end. I hope, of course, that this one here isn't a flathead catfish. That would be a bit boring, I must say. Still, I'd gladly take him. A flathead catfish would probably make more head shakes, although this one's already pulling quite nicely. Yeah, and a flathead catfish as a trophy, that one's still missing for me here. So that wouldn't be bad either, but I think for a trophy weight, he might still have a bit too little power. Flathead catfish as trophy, that's also over 30 kilograms, right? That's something. So we're slowly getting closer here. He's pulling again. That's insane, but nice. I mean, it's nice that it's possible that you can catch such big fish here with baitfish. That's not bad at all. And he's pulling away again. That's crazy. He's just taking off again really hard. That's really insane. As if he just swims toward me when he feels like it, and when he doesn't, he just swims away again. Think about that. That's wild. So now we're slowly getting closer here. The line's almost in now. I think he's hanging a bit on a ledge or something, so he's probably a lot deeper. And right up close here, there are these drop-offs. It's definitely getting shallower here in front, and maybe I can slowly lift him a bit. So maybe let him run a bit more and you can see it. Oh my God. Okay, that could be a striped bass. That's nice. Oh yeah, baby, that's nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good. And that's mean. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm curious. That would be amazing if it's really big. I have no idea how big they all get. And whoa. Hey, striped bass with 20 kilograms, 30, 40 kilograms trophy weight. There's definitely room for more. A lot more. But still, That's already nice, crazy fish. Strong fighter, yeah. Well, but even with a 27 kilogram setup, definitely doable. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's cool. My first big striped bass here, and on this setup, so, with the American Shad, with a 4/0 hook, 27 kilograms fluorocarbon on the heavy setup here. Yeah, that's cool. Gush, I'm happy. My first really big striped bass. And here in this area, so about 35 meters out, cast right into the clip. I'm setting the drag back to relaxed, there, and off we go. The frequency's actually okay. I was standing before at the boat dock, casting into the deep holes. That was fine, but not quite what I wanted. We'll take a look in the net in a moment, then you can see it a bit better. And here's the next one already. Nice. Yeah, let's see. Maybe there's more. I've still got some bait fish left. Maybe another bigger one will bite. But you really do have a good chance here at striped bass. Yeah, and those channel catfish, they were mostly over there by the boat dock, and I didn't want them. I mean, if you're using such expensive bait, it should be worth it. And down here, you can see it, this was the start. So, again and again, also channel catfish white bass, but I also get loads of white bass up here too. Quite okay in weight, but as you can see, nothing special. Really not that outstandingly big. So from the overall weight, right now it looks like this. Now the striped bass, of course, and in the beginning, the channel cats. Catfish fishing here. Yeah, that's worth it. Doesn't mean it's not worth using bait fish, but I think not for catfish. You catch catfish here really well on fish pieces. That's worth it even for silver. You can farm really well here if you've got a good spot. There are already videos on the channel about catfish fishing on this water. You can really do that well. So yeah, go for it and pull out the catfish with fish pieces if you want to farm a bit here and maybe get one or another trophy. Bam. Out with it again quickly. Check again, nothing. I'm standing here the whole time, watching whether the text flickers. I think you can see it a bit like whenever there's a bite, the text flickers. And then I don't have to watch whether one of the bait fish, they swim around too, whether one of them's being bitten. And maybe I wouldn't even notice the bite. So that's why I'm standing here watching whether the text starts flickering. And I'm not even really watching whether the rod stand beeps outside or not. But like I said, I'm standing here the whole time and I immediately see, okay, there's a bite somewhere. Then I check it quickly. See, wasn't even really visible here. And then out with it again. Yeah, that's how it is. Is it worth it? Yeah, like I said, you have to decide for yourself. For me, it's just a way to go for such rare fish. And I do think that you have a realistic chance to catch those rare ones with bait fish. Maybe even something like the alligator gar. Definitely possible. I also think that's probably how it's meant to be. That you don't just, at a level 1 water, easily catch huge fish with a tiny setup. Yeah, I'm pulling out a bit more now. I'll show you in a moment how much silver this fish brought. That's definitely interesting. I'm also curious whether it's worth it silver-wise. I'll just keep fishing a bit more now, and then later we'll take a look whether it was worth it silver-wise. Tight lines, guys, just test it. Just go out there with bait fish if you feel like it, and let me know what you caught. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I love it. It helps a lot, and we'll see each other in the next video. Until then, tight lines.